Whitney at the Homeschool Classroom. I wanted to talk today about maybe if you are afraid how homeschooling is going to look if you're doing it at home, or maybe you're already doing it and you don't know, something's not working, but it's really hard when you say, hey, time for school, and the kids are not listening and not doing what they're supposed to. It's hard for them. So what I do here at the Homeschool Classroom is I have a routine in place. It's very structured in the first part of the day so that the kids know this is school time. They're coming into what looks like a home, but it's not set up like a home. And so for me, I think starting with the Pledge of Allegiance is a great transition. Gets all the kids on the same page, and you can do it at home too. We also then move into our calendar routine, where we talk about what day of the week it is. If today's Wednesday, what day of the week will it be in 4 days? If today is the 7th, what will the date be a week from now? I always have a little student teacher who runs that time of the day. I'm working with a group of kids who should be, relatively strong in that or becoming strong in that, depending upon their age range and how long they've been practicing it and things like that. So it's a great way for me to assess what they know. If I say, hey, today's Wednesday, what's tomorrow going to be? And they're stumped, then I know, okay, we still need to actually practice the days of the week and get that down pat. We also talk about the temperature every day. I have them fill in a thermometer, and I ask them questions, if it's 26 degrees today and the temperature raises 30 degrees, how hot will it be then? Actually, it won't even be hot. But what will the new temperature be? Or if it's 26 degrees and the temperature drops 10 degrees, where will we end up? So that's another way to kind of build that number sense and for me to assess as they're answering that question, what they already know. We fill in an analog clock. I know a lot of people aren't maybe teaching that. The world is so digital right now that a lot of schools or families are thinking like that's not important, but it is something that I actually teach. And so I write a time digitally on there, and then I have them fill it in with the hands. And I will say things like, okay, the short hour hand is pointing to the, and the long minute hand is pointing to the, just because hearing that over and over again will help that sink in. It's not an easy thing for them, but doing it every day helps that. And so we do that every day as well. We also do a graph, and we do a word problem. I usually make it up, and it's something to do with the class. This child ate, 6 desserts each week for 2 months, and how many desserts did they eat in total? The kids think it's fun to have their name plugged into the problem, and then it also allows me to see, do you know how many weeks are in a month? If so, can you handle the 2-step problem where you have to figure that out with 2 months, and then also do the multiplication of, that number times 6? And so again, I am still assessing when they're doing that. We also do a little money review every day. Behind me on the wall is one of my little math charts. And there's 2 rows down there in the corner. They're both coin values, and they're turned around. We turn them around together. So I will turn around the top row and ask the kids how much is showing. Then I will say, do you think the bottom row is going to be greater or less than that? And we take a little vote, which they like participating in. And I don't know what the numbers are. I always put them up backwards, and so I don't even know. It's a surprise to all of us, and that's part of the fun. They actually like doing that. And then we turn around the bottom row, and we see who won, which group. Now, some of the kids are, scaredy cats, and they won't vote either way. They won't vote for anything because they don't want to be wrong. But it's just fun and something for our class to kind of do to practice those money skills. So if you are struggling because it's hard for you to get your kids into the school routine when you're at home, or if you haven't started yet and you're thinking, how am I going to do this? Kind of create structure. This is one of the ways that I think is the best to kind of create that transition. Do it consistently every day. Even in my home lessons, I send home calendar work. And so at home, they're doing the clock, they're doing the temperature, they're writing the date, they're talking about more or less than, things like that, and do that routine at the beginning of their day every day. And it'll sink in, and it'll help you kind of have that secure system in place that allows you to build on that. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.